Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. Welcome. I'm Jeff Stone of the Urban League, and along with Giselle, I'm a steering committee co-chair of the citywide dialogues. I think all you folks deserve tremendous credit and respect for caring enough to be here today. Boston is a great city with exceptional people in every single neighborhood. Look at each other if you haven't done that already. Please take a look. You represent the spirit and character of Boston. Today, you're expressing your support for a vision of how Boston can be an even better, stronger city in the 21st century. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the presence of several people. I know a lot of important people have graced us with their presence today. I believe State Senator Jared Barrios is in the audience. Also, Boston City Councilor Felix Arroyo. Boston City Councilor Rob Consalvo. We're very grateful to you for showing your support today. It was over a year and a half ago that Darnell Williams and I had our first conversation about a citywide dialogue. Then about a year ago, our steering committee was born when I discussed the same idea with a couple of people at a meeting of the Greater Boston Civil Rights Coalition. Today, as you can gather from the video, we have a 17-member steering committee that is highly diverse in race, religion, and ethnic background. We are Haitian and Latino. We're Christian, Jewish, and Muslim. We're black and white and Native American. We're Chinese, Japanese, and Vietnamese, and Pakistani. And we have a little Irish and Italian thrown in for good measure. Now I ask you, how's that for a steering committee reflecting the rich diversity of the new Boston? Okay? Let me say that we're extremely grateful for the support and guidance of organizations really too numerous to name, but I want to mention a couple. I want to mention the Boston Foundation, the Boston Housing Authority, and Suffolk University Law School as three of our earliest supporters. Many of you seated here today in beautiful, historic Faneuil Hall have jobs in which you work on the critical issues of the day. These guys up here in the statues, these guys worked on the American Revolution. You work on ensuring good education, affordable housing, decent jobs, strong neighborhoods, business prosperity, and access to health care. But one of the underlying keys to solving our problems and achieving these civic goals is the quality of the human relationships that allow us to work together successfully, right? And I'm going to ask you some other questions. And when we understand, respect, and value our fellow Bostonians of all racial and ethnic groups, everything else works better. Is that right? It's fundamental. And it's time for the dialogues. The people of Boston are ready, and they can sign up now on our website, which is bostondialogues.org. What do you think, people? Can we do this? All right. That's because we're Bostonians. The topic of racial and ethnic relations is something that everybody talks about, but few people ever really talk about together in mixed groups where it can make a real difference. Some people ask, what good can talking do? But most of them have never had this kind of dialogue experience. As a white man, I've personally been involved in dialogues on race and ethnicity, and I've seen their power to change attitudes, tear down stereotypes, and reduce our isolation from each other. With this kind of dialogue, where there was suspicion and a lack of familiarity, you see a warming up of relations. Where there was a lack of comfort, a new trust can develop and a desire to work together on constructive activities to improve the community and the city. As a matter of fact, in the fourth session of these dialogue groups, we'll ask participants to propose concrete projects that can improve their neighborhood, that they can work on together with the new people they've met in the group. That way the dialogues will help in building a sense of community. I was born and raised in Boston. I'm proud of Boston. And I know that we don't deserve to be stuck with a lingering reputation for racial issues. We've had our problems, to be sure, and we don't deny these things, nor should we try to. Other cities have had their issues too. Let's remember that. But we can do something right now, proactively, to help push aside any lingering images by replacing them with something positive. Next spring, as we said in the video, we'll be able to say, look at what over 1,000 Bostonians cared enough to do in 2003 and 2004. They sat down in mixed groups in every neighborhood across the city to talk about the issues and our hopes for the future. Not just one meeting, but 4 sessions with trained facilitators. With your help and participation, I hope everybody in this room will consider doing that. Boston can be a leader and an example to other cities on how to create more positive intergroup relationships. I promise you it's not just cosmetic. This is the real deal. We'll talk respectfully but honestly about what's on our minds and in our hearts, and others in the dialogue group will listen. There's just no substitute for engaging each other on a personal level. It's fundamental. That's the opportunity that the citywide dialogues is going to provide for the people of Boston. Your help and your participation will make it work. Thank you.